पुण्यकीर्तिः पुण्यलभ्या पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना पुलोमजाचिता बन्धमोचनी बन्धुरालका.
Famed for righteousness, whose fame sanctifies, attained through righteousness, punya, good actions performed in previous births. The Devi Bhagavata Purana says only those ever righteous ascetics who are devoted to wisdom see, but the men of desire see not the holy and beneficent Devi. Hearing of and praising thee are holy, worshipped by Indra's wife. This story occurs in the Devi Bhagavata Puranam when Nahusha was ruling the heaven. The wife of Indra worshipped Devi that Indra might be restored, thus addressed the wife of Indra with cheerful mind, received the powerful mantra of Devi from the teacher Brihaspati, and worshipped earnestly Tripurasundari by oblations of food, flowers, etc. Remover of bonds, bandha, bonds of ignorance or prison. In the Harivamsha, Aniruddha says, O Samskari, thou art praised by these and other names by me. By thy grace, let me be soon freed from prison. O large-eyed one, behold, I take refuge in thy feet. You are to liberate me from every bond. Durga, the powerful one, thus praised, set free the brave Aniruddha, who was confined in the town of Bana. Thus, the Devi Bhagavata Purana, also Book 6, says, once a princess named Ekavali was imprisoned by a Daitya called Kalaketu and was freed by Devi, who was worshipped by Yashovati, the friend of the princess, wavy-haired.
विमर्शरूपिणी विद्या वियदादिजगत्प्रसू सर्वव्याधिप्रशमनी सर्वमृत्युनिवारिणी.
In the Vimarsha form, Vimarsha, in the first inherent vibration of the Parabrahman, who is in the Prakasha aspect, the Saubhagya Dashodaya, says, in that Brahman there is an inherent Shakti in the form of vibration called Vimarsha. That Shakti produces the animate and inanimate universe. The same also destroys it. Or Vimarsha means significant words, that is speech. The Matraka Viveka says, without Vimarsha, speech, how is thought, Prakasha, manifested? Without thought to be spoken of, how can there be speech? Therefore, thought is required for the existence of speech, and thought, even when there is self-consciousness, requires speech. Vidya, because she is the Vidya which confers salvation. The Devi Mahabhagavatam says, the Holy Supreme Devi is Vidya. The Gaudapada Sutra says, she herself is Vidya. She refers to Devi as described in the previous sutra, as in the form of absolute consciousness, or Vidya, a certain kind of kala, which is in the light, tejas, and its nature is described in the Shaiva Tantras. By the discrimination of the products of Maya, one recognizes the state of wisdom. That supreme kala is known as Vidya, consisting of knowledge and action. The mother of the universe, consisting of ether, etc. The Shruti, ether arose from Atman, elevating all diseases, Vyodhi, old age, etc., dispelling all death, Mrityu, ultimately death, fatal disease, etc. The Shrutis say, knowing him thus, he tears up the nooses of death. He is freed from the power of death. The first, as she is the root cause of the whole universe, she is the first to be enumerated.
अग्रगण्या चिन्त्यरूपा कलिकल्मषनाशिनी कात्यायनी कालहन्त्री कमलाक्षनिषेविता.
Or Ganya, the hosts of Maruts, etc. She is the first commander of these, of unthinkable form, because she is free from connection with the qualities, her nature is unthinkable. Destroyer of sin in the Kali age. She destroys the sin which necessarily predominates in the Kali age, which cannot be destroyed by others. The Kurma Purana says, water is able to quench the fire, the presence of the sun to dispel darkness, and the repetition of the names of Devi to destroy the multitude of sins in the Kali age. The Brahma Purana says, the remembrance of the feet of Supreme Shakti is said to be the highest expiation for sins consciously or unconsciously committed. Katyayini, the daughter of a rishi named Kata. This is the name of the deity in the collective form of the brightness, Tejas of all Devas. The Vamana Purana says that brightness, which is the best and the greatest, is known in the world by the name of Katyayini. Under that name, she shines and is celebrated in the world. According to the Kalika Purana, this is the deity at Odiyana. The Devi Purana says Ka means Brahma, head, and the philosopher's stone, as she supports or rests upon them. She is called Katyayini, the destroyer of time, Kala, death. The Shruti says omniscient, time of time, possessed of all qualities, all knowing, worshipped by Kamalaksha. The Padma Purana says Vishnu ever worships the sapphire, Devi, hence he attained his own state.
ताम्बूलपूरितमुखी दाडिमी कुसुमप्रभा मृगाक्षी मोहिनी मुख्या मृडानी मित्ररूपिणी नित्यतृप्ता भक्तनिधिर्नियन्त्री निखिलेश्वरी मैत्रादिवासनालभ्या महाप्रलयसाक्षिणी.
Her mouth is full of beetle, of the hue of pomegranate flower. The Dadima is a kind of a pomegranate tree which bears no fruit but only flowers. Fawn-eyed, enchanting. The Laghu Naradhiya Purana, because, O beautiful one, this whole universe is enchanted with thee. Thy name shall be enchanting one, which is derived from its own qualities. Or, at the churning of the ocean, Vishnu assumed the form of Mohini, and that deity resides on the bank of the river Pratara. The Brahma Purana says, as the result of his meditation, there first appeared to Brahma the Shakti, who is called Prakriti, who fulfills the desires of the gods. Her second appearance, causing enchantment of all, transcending mind and speech, was during the churning of the ocean for nectar, seeing which even the omniscient Shiva was enchanted. The form obtained as the result of meditation, unequaled, marvelous, meditating with one mind and that one form, you will be emancipated. The first, Mukhya, the Shruti, says, I am the firstborn of truth, the wife of Mrida. Mrida, the giver of happiness, that is Paramashiva. The 22nd verse divides 31 names. The friend or Mitra, the 12 sons, eternally pleased, or Nitya, happiness itself. Treasure of the devotees, Nidhi, which fulfills desire. The guide, because she is the guide of the universe, ruler of all, to be attained by the kind of cheerfulness, etc. There are four ideas, namely friendship, compassion, complacency, and indifference. These apply respectfully to the happy, the miserable, the virtuous, and the sinful. These are explained in the Devi Bhagavata Purana. These purify the mind, the wise say. They whose minds are purified by friendship, etc., removing their sorrow, and who, obtaining here in this body the seed of yoga and attaining glory by discriminating Purusha from Sattva, and who, remaining in Samadhi, desire to transcend even the state referred to Yoga Sutra also. The commentator Raja Martanda says happiness, etc., indicates the person who are happy, etc. Witness of the great dissolution, as Brahma, Vishnu, etc., perish at the time of the dance of Shiva at the great dissolution. She alone is the witness. It is said, bearing the noose, the elephant hook, the bow of a sugar cane, and the arrow of flowers, your form alone remains victorious, witnessing the dance of the divine Parabhairava, bearing the axe at the time of dissolution of the universe.
पराशक्तिः परानिष्ठा प्रज्ञानघनरूपिणी माध्वीपानालसामत्ता मातृकावर्णरूपिणी.
Or the Shruti says, his supreme Shakti is known in different forms. The Linga Purana, whatever energy is attributed to any substance, that is Devi, the ruler of all energized substance is the great Shiva. Those substances which possess energy are the manifestations of Shiva. The wise recognize the energies in the substance to be Devi, or Paramantra also is called Parashakti. Supreme end, or Paranishtha, a certain kind of knowledge. This alone is the goal of all desires and all worlds. The Bhagavad Gita says, O Partha, all kinds of actions end in knowledge. That kind of knowledge is described in Sutta Samhita. Convinced by instruction derived from the scriptures and from teachers, and by reasoning in conformity with the scriptures that he is himself the witness of all, his mind becomes fixed, knowing the whole which appears different from self as his own self, again fully convinced by his own experience that he himself is the pure, non-dual Brahman, merging that conviction in his pure consciousness, which is unchangeable and non-dual, knowing that even that merging is of the nature of thought, he should remain as the absolute. This ascetic is indeed the best of those who know Brahman. This is the highest end of scriptural teachings and of experience. Centralized knowledge, pra, superior, that is, different from the mental modifications, gnana, the eternal wisdom, ghana, concentrated, that is, not contaminated by avidya. The Shruti, just as taste of a quality of salt is neither inside nor outside, but everywhere, so, O wife, the self is neither within nor without, but is full and concentrated knowledge. Languid by drinking wine, intoxicated, or matta, state of egoism, that is, the parahamta of Parashiva. In this form of mastrika, letters, or matkra, letters from A to Ksha, Varna, colors, white, etc., Rupini, Devi is in the form of these. The Sanat Kumara Samhita says, vowels beginning with A are smoke colored, Ka and others are red, Dha to Fa are yellowish. The five letters Ba etc. are crimson, Sa etc. are of color gold, Ha and letters Ksha are of the color lightning. Some tantras differ in this. The vowels are the colors of crystal, Ka to Ma are the colors of coral, Ya and others to Ha are yellowish, and Ksha is crimson. Some say all the letters are white. the Madhkavika says, A is all divinity, red, controlling all things. Thus, to each letter, a different color is assigned. Or the 51 letters are Tuksha are her form. Varna, the letters Rupa indicate her. The Sutta Samhita says, just as the Supreme Shiva is twofold as Shakti and Shiva, so this Matrika Devi herself shines in two. The vowels indicate one form of Shakti, the others, consonants, indicate one form of Shiva. Now, the commentator of this explains etc. means Shrikantha and other forms of Shiva, and as well as Purnodari and other Shaktis, or wearing the garland of letters. The Jnana Narnava says, A is the first, O Devi, and Ksha is the last. Thus, she is called Akshamala. She is the Brahman word itself, but in reality, she transcends the word or Matrika Varna, letters, Rupa. She creates, refer to the Saubhagya Sudhoya, wherein is described in order the origin of the letters through the Ichcha Shakti, belonging to Shiva in this Anuttara aspect, or Matrika Varna, letters, which belong to the Sri Chakra. This is described in the 6th chapter of the Matrika Viveka. Hence, the Sananda Samhita says, meditation on the letters and on Sri Chakra as one is called Kailasha Prastara. According to some, this is divided into two, Matrika and Varna Rupini, residing in the great Kailasha.
महाकैलासनिलया मृणालमृदुदोर्लता महानीयदया मूर्तिर्महासाम्राज्यशालिनी आत्मविद्या महाविद्या श्रीविद्या कामसेविता श्रीषोडशाक्षरी विद्या त्रिकूटा कामकोटिका.
Mahakailasha is a place much beyond the present Kailasha, known in the Shiva and other Puranas as the abiding place of Paramashiva. Or Mahakailasha means as above, the Kailasha Prastara of Sri Chakra, or Kailasha, the Sahasrara, which is in the Brahmarandra. The Tripura Sutra says, this is called Kailasha, the Kula, and the seat of Akula, where the Lord of the Lords, in the form of Bindu, resides. The Mahat, great, because Vashini, etc., the Nitya deities which belong to the other Prastaras, have no place in this one. Hence, it is the great. Her creeper like arms are soft as the lotus stem, illustrious, personification of mercy, resplendent with wide dominion, spiritual knowledge. Atma Vidya may mean 8-syllabled mantra, exalted science because it removes all sorrows, or Mahavidya Vanadurga mantra, sacred science, or the Panchadashi mantra. The Vishnu Purana says, O fair one, the sacrificial science, exalted science, secret science, and spiritual science, O Devi, thou art all these, the bestower of salvation also, thou art logic, Trayi, Varsta, trade, and justice. The commentators on the above say, the meaning of the first four are science of action, devotion to deities, the science of mantras, and the science of Brahman, Vartra, architecture, medicine, etc., attended by Kama, Kama, Mahakama, or Kama, the bodiless one. The Aruna Upanishad says, the bodiless son of Lakshmi, though without mind, his animation, he knew that jewel, he though without fingers, worshipped, folding his hands, though without neck, he adorned himself as a necklace, though without tongue, he tasted it. Without knowing that Rishi, seer, one should enter the city. When one enters, he should enter after performing the secret. This is the vow of Manmatha. Since he saw it without eyes, he touched it. He saw the jewel, wore the necklace without a neck, tasted without a tongue. He is the seer. The external chakra can be entered by knowledge of him alone, since no ceremonial worship is necessary. In order to enter the internal chakra, the rishi need not be known. Secret rites, that is the knowledge of the essential equality of Shiva with Devi. The meaning is that worship performed without knowledge of the essential quality of Shiva with Devi cannot be fully effective. The science of the 16-syllable mantra, though the Gaudapada Sutra says, this mantra consists of 28 syllables, yet there will be no contradiction if we divide the 15-syllable mantra in 3 divisions and add some more syllables more between the divisions. Or it means avidya, wherein the 16th-syllable Shri is used, 3-peaked. 3 may mean Brahma, etc. The 3 states or waking the 3 states, the 3 worlds, 3 qualities, etc. The Trikuta means Vagbhava and other kulas. The spirit of Kama. Kama Paramashiva, because the essential equality of Shiva with Devi is Brahman itself, attended by millions of Lakshmis subdued by her glances, residing in the head. Shiras, Brahmarandra, wherein she resides assuming the form of the Guru. Moon-like, there is a moon in the lower part of Brahmarandra, that is the 3rd division of the Vidya, residing in the forehead. She resides in the forehead in the form of Bindu of the syllable Hrim, rainbow hued. The Nityadraya says the Ardhamatra in the forehead in the form of the light. Above that, there is the Ardhachandra in the same form and is the quarter of that. That is, mantra consists of 256 lavas, Ardhamatra 128 and Ardhachandra 64, residing in the heart. Hridayastha, because she is to be contemplated as in the heart, or Parahilya, is called Hridaya. The Kalpa Sutra, he who knows the heart of the Lord finds happiness at every step. Here, heart means Parahriya or Hridaya, a Upanishad called Parameshvara Hridaya or Hridaya, the seed of the universe, because it is the seed of all. The Anurattam Sikara Shastra. Just as a great banyan tree is contained potentially in this tiny seed, so the animate and the inanimate universe resides as the seed in the heart. 23rd verse describes 35 names. Resembling the sun, in the heart there is a solar disk, that is 2nd division of the mantra.
कटाक्ष किङ्करीभूत कमलाकोटिसेविता शिरस्थिता चन्द्रनिभा फालस्थेन्द्रधनुप्रभा हृदयस्थारविप्रख्या त्रिकोणान्तरदीपिका दाक्षायणी दैत्यहन्त्री दक्षयज्ञविनाशिनी.
The light within the triangle. There is a triangle in the pericarp of the Mooladhara. In that, there is a disk of fire. That is the 1st division. The Tantra Raja says, in the center of the eternally manifested Mooladhara, all beings, there is a fire. Similarly, in the heart, there is the sun. In the head, below the Brahmarandra, there is the moon. Thus, the first ancient mantra is threefold. Or when the sun circumambulates the 8-angled Meru mountain, he illuminates only 3 angles at a time. For when the sun is at the zenith in the city of Indra, it is sunset and sunrise in the cities of Soma and of Yama, respectively. The Vishnu Purana says, when the sun at midday passes over either of the cities of the gods, his light extends to the 3 cities and 2 intermediate points. When situated in an intermediate point, he illuminates. The meaning is that she illuminates. At a time, the 3 cities which are in the triangular form, daughter of Daksha, according to the Vishwa, Dakshayini means the wife of Shiva, Rohini, and constellations. Or Dakshyana means a certain sacrifice repeating the performances of the Darsha and Purnamasha sacrifices. Slayer of the Daityas, Bandasura, etc. Destroyer of the sacrifice of Daksha. There are 2 Dakshas, one is known as Prajapati and the other is a human king. an incarnation of the former. Though Shiva is destroyed, the sacrifices of both, that is, Devi, was the instrumentation of destruction. The Brahmanda and the Vayu Purana say, after consulting the seven rishis, he cursed Daksha, saying, born of Marisha caste woman, as son of Paraketes, and as the grandson of Prachina Barhis, and you will be known by the name of Daksha. Desiring to please Devi, I shall destroy your sacrifice. Thus ends the seventh Kala called Sushumna, with the 600 in the Saubhagya Bhaskara, composed by Bhāskararāya.